Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we're going to be talking about what villains that we need to see in the Gotham Knights. I asked you guys on Twitter what you guys wanted, mainly, questions like what you wanted answered, and my personal opinions or what you think might be in the game and stuff like that. So, we have one here from Courage, and then, of course, Nathan Clark, who both basically asked, how many villains and what villains are you hoping for in side missions or main stories to fight? So, we'll just answer the first one real quick. How many villains I think there are? I think there's probably going to be a lot. I think if I'm just going to have to take a guess, they can do anything with the Batman mythos now with any villain really, because it's not the Arkhamverse. They're not confined to that type of story, and they're not confined to the one night story either. So that a bunch of villains can pop up. So I think they're going to go for a very ambitious number. If I were to have to take a major guess, I think that they'll double up on what Arkham Knight did. Arkham Knight probably had 8, 9 villains. I would think they're gonna go 18. They'll probably do some wacky villains too, considering from the concept art from Damian Wayne, the Damian Wayne Batman game that got canceled. They were going all out. They were going wild with that game. They were doing Gorilla Grodd. They were doing White Rabbit. They were doing some weird shit in that game. Okay, so I can see them pulling from that and saying, hey, we can do weird shit still because it's the Bat Family. It's a completely different setup. We don't need to do a serious Batman because now we have characters that can react to this silly shit in a really fun way. In many ways, Nightwing's going to react differently from Red Hood, and Red Hood's going to act differently from Tim Drake, and Tim Drake's going to act differently from Barbara Gordon. But they all still have their witty childish charm, that they can still throw around. That I think will be interesting to see multiple villains, bounce off of. I'm really interested to see how many villains they're going to do. But for the villains that I want to see, or villains that we all need to see in this game, I think I'm going to do 3 serious ones and then 3 kind of non-serious ones. We're going to see where that goes. Now, for the first one, I think we should do Bane. Now that Batman is quote-unquote dead, I think Bane should try to take over, try to do the I Am Bane storyline, but reverse, try to have the Bat Family be the antagonist. I don't know if he knows the Bat Family. I don't know. Again, this is a completely different universe, so he probably does know. It seems like they're doing a much comic accurate depiction of the Bat Family and of course the villains. So I can see them in many ways pulling Bane in here and saying, hey, I know who you guys are. I know what happened to Bruce, or he could probably be a part of the mystery. Bane can still be a really, really good part, especially if they utilize him in a way that they do in many good comics where he's actually smart and he's actually doing good shit. Maybe he is trying to help find Batman because he needs help. I don't know. There's many things that you could do with Bane, and I think that the Arkhamverse wasted him, and that's why you need to use him now, because they're still doing the Arkhamverse in the Suicide Squad. So if they ever want to do a Suicide Squad version of Bane, it has to be the Arkham Bane, and no one wants that. No one wants to see Bane again in the Arkhamverse. We want to see Bane in a good universe, and hopefully they can do it here. The next one is Poison Ivy. Now, I know it's a very generic one, and Poison Ivy is basically in all of them except Origins, I think. She's in all of them except Origins. I want to see her mainly for one thing. We saw Mr. Freeze. Oh my God. We saw Mr. Freeze and how essentially that played out and how he affected the city. I want to see Poison Ivy affect the environment too. Holy shit. Can you just imagine Gotham covered by a bunch of green? It would be like The Last of Us, basically. Just picture The Last of Us, but with Gotham and with the Bat Family. Oh, that'd be so nice. That's the main reason why I want to see them. That would just be a very interesting kind of take on, Poison Ivy if she is going to try to take over Gotham in that way. As opposed to what they did with Arkham Knight, which I kind of just played through that part where she's just bursting giant trees out of the ground. That's cool, right? But I want to see her cover Gotham with trees, not just 2 or 3 big ass trees. No, I want to see her cover it with a bunch of green scenery. I want to see some nice kind of post-apocalyptic looking buildings. That's what I want to see mainly for a Poison Ivy boss fight and story. That would be amazing. They could definitely try to improve her character from Arkham Knight too, or from the Arkhamverse in general, because the Arkhamverse really didn't do anything with her in many ways. She was pretty okay. She was pretty useful in the last game, but besides that, I mean, her characterization for the first two was just, hey, plants. I like plants. Leave my plants alone. And that was Poison Ivy's plot until like the last game where she was trying to save Gotham, which was, and it made sense because, if Scarecrow did all that shit, then there would be no plants technically. So yeah, bring in Poison Ivy. I just want to see what they can do with the entire city, like they did with Mr. Freeze. The next one is the League of Assassins and David Kane. Now, for both of these, they would introduce side characters, right? They would set up side characters or DLC for like Damian Wayne and Cassandra Kane. If you had, the League of Assassins, which I'm pretty sure they've already been hinted at, they've been teased with the Demon's Head thing. Honestly, you have no reason not to put him in there and then tease Damian Wayne, especially if it is a quote, more comic accurate depiction of these characters. You can definitely bring in Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul and say like Bruce gave Talia samples and blah blah blah, and here's the clone, and then you take Damian Wayne and under your wing as the Bat family and teach him Bruce's ways, or maybe Bruce comes back and then whatever that happens. There's many ways that you can incorporate Damian Wayne into this universe and make him a part of the Bat family. And with David Kane, I don't know how you can do it. Maybe they'll do another assassin storyline, right? Where somebody hires assassins on the Bat family. Like, go kill Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, Batgirl. We'll pay you a bunch of money. And then David Kane goes and tries to do it with, like, his daughter. And then Cassandra Kane gets tied up in the Bat family. And then she becomes a Bat family member. And then, boom, there you go. That could be also a good way to set up Cassandra Kane. Those two and basically the other two were really serious characters. But another one I want to see is Kite Man, all right? If we don't see Kite Man, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm so annoyed that they didn't do that in the Arkham Knight game. Because in Arkham Knight, they could have been a good replacement for Batman, or for Man-Bat, and that could have been a good chase mission. We just need a chase mission, okay? I know there's probably going to be there's a lot of fucking Batmobiles, or there's a lot of Bat bikes and whatnot. Everybody's going to have like a Bat bike. Not everybody's going to have a cape. I don't know how that's going to work, but whatever. But overall, if they're going to do like Batgirl shit and Robin shit, people who have capes, have them chase Kite Man, please. That would just be so much fun. And make him like his Harley Quinn version. That'd be even better. Make him like a really good comedic relief moment in the game to give us some levity if there isn't a lot of that in the game. I don't know if there is or isn't. This one's very silly. I don't know if this one's actually going to happen, but if they do bring in Joker, right? If they do want to bring in Joker, I suggest bringing in Punchline too, or whatever his new girlfriend's name. I don't know what the hell her name is. I think that would be a really good idea to kind of like make him a lot, I'm not trying to make him like different, but I want to make him like distinguishable from the Arkham games. Like, again, bring in a new voice actor for Joker, bring in a new plot, and don't make it like I want to take over the city. Make it like, hey, I want a new girlfriend. And I think that would be amazing. I think that would be a really good like switch up for Joker. Like, he's trying to find like someone, because maybe Harley left him and now he doesn't have Batman, so now he's trying to find a new girlfriend. That's like his plot. It's like he's just stealing girls that, like, I don't know, I could see Joker doing some shit like that, and then one of them becomes like his super villain girlfriend, whatever, Punchline. Then they could use the new comics that, obviously they seem like they're using a lot of new comics. They're even using the Grayson comics. Like, why? Anyway, if they want to use the new comics and new villains, they could pull from that. They could pull in Punchline and do that shit. And of course, that would be good for Joker, because then he's not doing something that's overly, important to the plot. He's just trying to find a new girlfriend. He's just on the side doing that. I think that would be a lot more interesting than him trying to take over the world, or him being like a part of the Court of Owls or some shit. Or, oh my god, what if they try to pull from like the end game and like they try to make him like a part of Gotham since to be like the Pale Man? If they do that with Joker, dude, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to be so annoyed. Just get rid of him, please. I'll do a list of villains we don't need, and they're going to be on. I'm pretty sure we already did do that, but they're going to be on there. And the last one is Condiment King. I think everybody wants Condiment King in the game. I mean, again, silly characters, silly childish characters, with all these villains running around now that Gotham is like essentially like a war zone because Batman's gone. That's just genius. Just have all of them come out now. I mean, again, there's such possibility with Condiment King. I don't know. I think that'd just be an interesting boss fight. I just want to be sprayed with mustard and ketchup and see what happens. I think that would be a really funny boss battle. Everybody probably wants that too. We want to see more goofy characters. I mean, we've seen Penguin, we've seen Two-Face, we've seen Harley Quinn and Joker and all of them in the most serious of lights, right? I think it's time for a change, and we see some of them in a more goofy light, and also some of them in a little bit more of a serious light, and maybe do some crazy shit like Condiment King and Kite Man and all these new villains that they're introducing to the comics. I don't know. But tell me what you guys in the comments below. What do you guys want to see? What villains do you guys want to see? What do you guys think we need in this game? Like what boss fights and whatnot? People are probably going to say like Deathstroke and whatnot. Try to be creative. Try to do something different. I tried to be a little bit more different. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.